And it's quarterfinal time in the FIBA U16 AfroBasket. And today from Kigali and Rwanda, it is Mali taking on Tunisia. Hi, everybody. This is Aaron Sanders. Glad that you're joining us on the FIBA YouTube channel. We hope you're able to enjoy the rest of the tournament from this point forward. You take a look at these two teams, and there is a slight contrast. We'll get to that in a moment as you take a look at the Final Four halfway filled in. Egypt took care of Angola earlier today, and Cameroon topped Uganda. And the last two games I'll have the pleasure of calling, but first it's Mali and Tunisia, and then Rwanda and the Ivory Coast shortly afterwards. Mali comes into this game 18th in world rankings. They ended up getting the top seed in Group C play, an undefeated record in Group C with 3-0. They took care of Liberia, Morocco, and Egypt in their journey. The closest game they have had to date in the U16 AfroBasket was their last group game, and that was against Egypt, where they took care of business 67-62. That is a difference of 5. When they beat Liberia in their group opener, they beat them by 12. And when they played against Morocco, they defeated them by 13. They averaged 67.7 points per game. We'll give them 68 if we're rounding things off. And even though they have a very short roster, they are being led by Bakary Ballo, who averages 20.3 points per game while shooting 44% overall. They have 4 players that score more than 10 points a game, and the other player that is topped is Ndiji Koulibaly, 15 points along with 7.7 rebounds a game. Those are the 2 players you have to watch out for coming into this quarterfinal matchup. And for Tunisia, they have a full roster, and even though they score 53 points per game, they're led by Adam Rafafi, who averages around 18 points per game while shooting 40%. Rafafi will have his hands full today as he tries to lead Tunisia into what could be an upset in this year's U16s. A huge difference in rebounds. Tunisia averages close to 57, Mali 49. That is close to a +8, which goes to Tunisia's favor. A huge contrast when it comes to the assists per game. Mali averages 19.3, Tunisia under 10 at 9.7. Mali has the advantage there. They also have the advantage in field goal shooting, 39% compared to Tunisia's 28.6. But Tunisia has a better chance at the free throw line. They shoot 50 compared to Mali's 45.5. By the way, Tunisia, they had a 2-1 record, ranked 72nd in the world, second in Group B competition. They won their first 2 games in group play against Guinea and Uganda, but fell to Cameroon by 16. We're going to pause now for the national anthems of both countries, and we will get on with the tip-off shortly afterwards. This is Aaron Sanders. Lots more to come here on the 2025 FIBA U16 AfroBasket. Our officials for this quarterfinal matchup: from Kenya, you have Peter Ontita; from Rwanda, you have Didier Shima Inshuti; and from Angola, Francisco Tando. Half the Final Four picture already filled in the U16s. Right now it is Mali and Tunisia getting set to take the court in Kigali. And after this, it will be the Ivory Coast taking on Rwanda. There are your officials, emanating from Kenya, Rwanda, and Angola. And even though Mali has a short roster, a total of 7 active players, they've been able to average 67 points per game while collecting 49.3. Head coach of Tunisia, Marouane Langnej, may have an advantage when it comes to the reserves. He has 7 players on the reserve. And another player to look after when it comes to Tunisia is their leading rebounder, which is Yusuf Khalel. The center averages close to 10 a game. Mali's head coach, Mamadou Khan, has had a lot of challenges when it comes to group play because of his roster, but like it was said a few moments ago, 4 out of the 7 players averages more than 10 points a game. Mohamed Keita averages 53% shooting-wise. Mali's looking to continue their undefeated streak in this year's U16s. Tunisia, they have a 2-1 record, and they're hoping to plan an upset as we get deeper and deeper into the brackets. Less than a minute now until tip-off. We will take a step aside. Time to look at the starting lineups for both of these teams. Tunisia, they're going to be wearing their red uniforms. They're going to start with Razlan Sadi, Adam Rafrafi, their leading scorer, along with Louis Mansour, Abdurrahman Bouguerra, and Yusuf Khalel. Mali will start with Mohamed Keita, Mustafa Doumbia, their leading scorer Bakary Ballo, Ndingi Koulibaly, and Adama Sima. Having a bit of some problems with the picture, we will do our best to fix it, and there we go, we're back. Tunisia wearing their red uniforms, Mali wearing their white uniforms with green trim. And we're all going to find out who's going to be the 3rd team to punch their ticket to the semifinals in the FIBA U16 AfroBasket. Get one step closer to the FIBA U17 World Cup next year. We are underway. Quick 3 goes down as Adam Rafrafi gets it from 3-point land. That opens up the scoring with less than 10 seconds in. This is Mustafa Doumbia with the ball, and he was smothered by the great defense of Razlan Sadi. Quick bounce pass to Doumbia. Doumbia trying to go downstairs. He does. Layup no good. Adama Sima picks it up, and he will go to the free throw line. Just 25 seconds in, we have a three-pointer and a couple of foul shots. Adama Sima has yet to make a free throw in this tournament. He picks up nearly 8 rebounds per game, but only 1.3 points within the 3 games of group play. He misses the first free throw. Mali as a unit, 45.5% at the foul line. Sima goes 1 for 2. It is 3-1 Tunisia. As the game is just underway. Afrofi plays it for Sadi. Sadi having trouble, and here comes a breakaway. Breakaway, and almost the finish. And Mali will go back to the foul line. This time it's Ndiji Coulibaly. Coulibaly makes the first free throw. 15 points. Rather for Coulibaly per game. A 1-point game, ball nearly taken by Doumbia. Tunisia going from right to left in the first half. Afrofi having difficulty with Sima playing smothering defense. They play to the far side. 4 to shoot. Off to Afrofi. Another 3-putter there as Afrofi gets it down again. So it's Adam Afrofi 6, Mali 2. Sima turned away, guarded heavily by Khalil, the center. Shot clock down to 6. Ball packed back to up top, and Coulibaly gets the green light and misses the layup. Down the floor, Afrofi again goes high off the glass, picked up by Ballo, and here comes Mali on the run. They have a 3-on-2. The donut missed the coffee for Adama Sima. And Mali brings in a lot of speed to this game. Tunisia, a lot of players on the bench. So if they need to rest a couple of players, they could do that. Tough shot, but that's good nonetheless as Razlan Sadi gets on the board. Sadi saw a lot of players go up in the air, and he took advantage of that. Here's a no-look pass underneath. Shot goes in for Kita. And you can see why he averages 53% per game. Those high-quality shots coming into play early on. 8-4 Tunisia. Great ball movement out to the corner. 3 ball is a no-go for Mansour. Down the lane, finger roll no good. And a second chance from Kita is met by contact. Played almost 3 minutes into this contest. Tunisia up by a couple of possessions, and Mohamed Kita trying to slash it into 1 possession. And he has done just that with the first free throw. He is a 50% foul shooter. Along with his near 13 points per game, he tacks on 8.3 rebounds per game, and he goes 2 for 2 at the foul line. Make it 8-6. Tunisia in the world rankings ranked 72nd. Mali 18th place. Kita takes it away. It's a breakaway for Doumbia. And Mali right back in the ball game as they even this up at 8. Mustafa Doumbia off of that nice feed from the backcourt. Afrofi have scored 6 of Tunisia's 8 points so far. He's trying to spread the wealth. It's downstairs to Khalil. And it goes off the heel. And it will stay with Tunisia. And this is where the fresh legs come into play for Tunisia. Khalil stays into the lineup, and now number 5, Mohamed Ayachi, the shooting guard, comes in. Khalil underneath. As he kisses it off the glass, good night. Tunisia back up ahead. Doumbia running the offense for Mali. He's looking for help, but he is smothered by Khalil near the half line. Nice use of gravity from Balo, but he used too much airtime for that layup. Rafi pulls it back. Kita playing defense on Sadi, and it works out in his favor. Here's Doumbia on the breakaway again, sends it home underneath to Kita, who puts it up and in. Doumbia and Kita tying things up at 10. This is the second tie within the first 4 minutes. If you're just joining us, Tunisia got up and running with an early lead thanks to Adam Rafrafi, who connected on 2 straight triples. They had a 6-0 run, and now that is Mali stepping up and having a surge of points. A 10-4 run for Mali. Most of the points have come from the duo of Kita and Doumbia. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Another 3 ball rattles in and out, pulled down by Ayachi, who puts it up and in. Second chance ability working well for Tunisia. Meanwhile, Mali is playing with speed off their great fast break. Kita near the 3. Koulibaly hits the 3, or fires in and misfires. Halfway mark, Rafafi going all the way to the far side. Now it's pass to Ayachi, gets close to the free throw line, goes for the finger roll and puts it in. Ayachi, who averages 2.3 points per game, already has 4 off of 2 field goals. Balo dealing with a one-on-one, trying to cut right into the right. He draws a foul with 4:35 to go. Balo feeds it immediately to Kita. Kita goes behind the back on Rafafi, sends it over to Balo for 3. A great sideline out of bounds play pays off in Mali's favor. They have reduced their deficit to 1. Kalo having trouble, and it leads to traveling. Actually, that's Abdurrahman Bogira, starting power forward. Took too many steps. Tunisia out of fouls to give. The rest of the quarter. Balo trying to break free. Instead, the ball goes into the hands of Koulibaly, who just scored the 3 and just scored the and 1. He'll go back to the foul line. A lot of traffic on the left side, but Koulibaly decided to take on everybody. He got the pass, so he knew he had to do something with the ball, and he did just that. Kissed it off the glass, got the foul and the bucket. The second best scorer for Mali missed the 3-point play. Tunisia, a 2-1 record in Group B play, won their first 2 games, but lost to Cameroon to close out Group B. They lost by a score 60-44, and now they're having trouble putting the clamps down on the ball. Mali with traffic, the layup, no good for Kita. Fought hard by Mamadou Diarra, who checked in recently. And on the break and the finish, that makes it 16-15, and back and forth we go as Mohamed Keita delivers the damage on the other end. That gives Mali the 17-16 lead. Intense first quarter that we have had here. 3 minutes to go. Deep in the corner is guarded heavily by Koulibaly. And now Idrissa Maiga will have a chance for it, but Rafrafi fires it at the buzzer but misses. Ballo pulls it back and drains the triple. And that is the way you want to get back into this ball game. What a run we have seen from Mali so far. It is a 10-2 run and a 20-16 lead for Mali. They started out slow, but they're making Tunisia pay with their speed and intensity. Mali 20, Tunisia 16. And Mali's being led by Bakri Ballo, whose 2 triples have given Mali the 4-point lead. Tunisia has Adam Rafrafi, who has also scored all of his points from outside. He has a total of 6. And it's a huge difference in the foul count. Tunisia over the foul limit before the halfway mark of the first. Tunisia or Mali, I should say, has yet to foul. Rafafi upstairs, sends it to Gaith Badreddine. The defense continues to pile up, and that will be the first foul on Mali today. Mohamed Keita with his first foul. And Mohamed Chamsadine at the line. Comes into this game averaging 4 rebounds and 3 points per game. More changes being made. Yusuf Khalil checked back in for Borguerera after the timeout, along with Badreddine. Adama Sima checked in for Mali for Mamadou Diarra. Second one up and off the mark, pulled down by Badreddine, making his presence known as he comes off the bench. Rafrafi hits the deck off the foul. Koulibaly checks out, and Doumbia returns. Khalil underneath to the basket, has that taken away by Ballo. Ballo straight to Doumbia. Doumbia, nice fake, but he misses the layup. A wise play to get that pump fake to take the trailing defender out of it, but you have to finish your shots. And that's exactly what Rafrafi did. That is his third three ball. He has a total of 9. Doumbia had some trouble in the key. Sema tried to keep it alive, but it's into the hands of Rafrafi, who now runs the offense. Pass ahead to Chamsadine. Here's Bedreddine for 3. Goes on the other side. Kita asking for the ball, but will not get it. Doumbia. As Kita pushes through on the other side, gets the ball. Feeds the rock over to Sema. Sema met by 2 red shirts. The double team paying off, and now it's Maiga. Maiga in the bounce pass, 2 passes later. 2 seconds on the shot clock, 3 on the way. Nothing there. And we'll go to Tunisia. We are even at 20 with 1 minute and 1 second to play in the first quarter, which has been a good one. Tunisia got out with an early lead thanks to 2 straight threes from Rafrafi. He just scored the last basket for Tunisia. And he gets it back from outside, in and out. Underneath, Khalil, yes, and it counts. So Tunisia goes back up top as they went downstairs to Khalil. Tunisia very confident from inside and outside. They're shooting 60% from the field. Mali not doing bad at all at 40. Mali has the advantage in free throws, 57% to just about under 50, and the three-point barrage continues. As we continue to go back and forth. Mali 23, Tunisia 22. Mali down to their last foul to give. Chamsadine try to put Tunisia back up top and misses. Diarra on the rebound, feeds it over to Doumbia. Doumbia in trouble. Diarra has it, kicks it outside to Sema. Shot clock dead, final 6 seconds in the first. Doumbia bounce passes over to Sema, gets the J to wind down the first quarter. And what a fast finish for Mali as the first quarter ends. They took the lead. They lead 25-22 as we head into the second quarter. More quarterfinal coverage coming up in the FIBA U16 AfroBasket. After quarter number 1, well-balanced scoring from Mali, but they're being led by Mohamed Kita, who has 8, and Bakri Balo, who has 6, all of them coming from outside. Tunisia, led by Adam Rafrafi, who has 9 points, all of them from outside as well. But we have seen We have seen a lot of energy from Yusuf Khalil, who scored 2 points, or 4 points, and snagged 3 boards for his credit. First quarter line, Tunisia shot 56%, Mali 47%. That is a +2 in rebounds for Tunisia, 11-9. Mali starts with the ball in the second. Follow, met at the foul line by 2 defenders. Plays it to Doumbia. Doumbia down to Diarra, who puts it in. And Diarra, with no hesitation, gets the bucket off the right-handed layup. 27-22. Rafafi, cross-court pass. And gets the ball back. O'Gara to Chamsidine. He's by himself downstairs. And too much time, props to a shot clock violation. Mali using their speed to shift in the mid-range. And the hard defense presence pays off. This is a Mali team that went undefeated in Group C play, winning all 3 of their matches. And averages 67.7 points per game. They were down 6-0 to start the game, and now they're ahead by 5. Make that 8. With the shot clock winding down, Doumbia makes them pay. Rafafi from downtown. Doesn't fly this time, but Bulgaria scoops it up and gets a deuce. Approaching the 8-minute mark in the second. A 2-possession game. Idrissa Maga getting some time on the floor. Hand off to Doumbia. Doumbia guarded heavily by Rafafi. Micah blows by Saidi and loses the ball in the process. Dribble drive, Chamsidine coming in left side. Goes for the layup and met by a lot of bodies. Which forces the out of bounds. Koulibaly back in for Mali. Doumbia gets by, passes through the timeline. Diarra with the sledgehammer. It is Mali mania to start the second quarter. Mamadou Diarra. And you would think he would have little space to work with on his side. Guess again. Fake out from Bulgaria. And 3 in the key is called. 3-second violation. Tunisia turns it over. There have been no fouls in this quarter so far. If you remember, we were close to the 5-minute mark in the first, and that's when Tunisia was just over the limit. Nice scoop pass underneath. Adama Sima. Oh, and the team in red was not ready for that pass. That was a beauty. So not only Sima will go to the line for the and one, he can revel in that fantastic setup that led to the and one. That was a nifty assist from Doumbia. And Doumbia has been taking care of business in the second. The and one doesn't go. And now Tunisia with their biggest deficit after leading by 6 to start things off. Khalil. And now it's over to Chamsidine for 3. Way off. Ball nearly saved, but it's Keita who takes it away. Keita changes his speed. And here comes Sima in the forecourt. Looking for Doumbia, but takes it in himself. Right side, back to left side. Three, Keita, no. And ball recovered by Diarra. Diarra had that breakaway jam earlier. A little too much dribbling leads into a steal. Rafrafi looking to heat things up. But Tunisia down 34-24. Bulgaria asking for the ball. Now he got it outside of his comfort zone. Nice fake out on the three, but Chamsedine had that ball stripped from him. 3-on-2. Mali, the putback is good for Keita. Keita stayed well on the ball while playing trailer. It is now 36-24. Mansour denied entry, sends it to Bulgaria outside. Nothing there. It has been an ice-cold performance for Tunisia, but for Mali, on the other hand, they're still getting a lot of chances. Nice rejection from Bulgaria is another chance for Mali. Loose ball on the floor, and now kickball is finally called. Good golly, flying chickens in the barnyard in the last couple of possessions. It's been a wild one tempo-wise. But it's Mali who got right ahead on top to start the second quarter. They have not looked back. It is an 11-2 run for Mali to start the second. Nice fake out, Mansour up top, three ball, finally goes for Tunisia. That is Hamza Nawar. He comes off the bench and gets the three-pointer up top. It is 36-27, Mali with the lead, and they will have the ball after this timeout. A three-pointer from Hamza Nawar might have started something up for Tunisia as they needed that three before the timeout. They were being outscored 11-2 prior to that triple. They are now behind by 9. They approach the halfway mark in the second quarter. Mustafa Doumbia has been doing a lot of wonders for Mali in the second quarter. He gets the rock, left side, flings it away. The alley-oop to Adama Sima. For a second there, it looked like he was going for the teardrop, but luckily Adama Sima located him and was able to clean it off the glass. Ayachi over to Mansour. Rafafi goes for the three, no good. Bulgaria finding Nawar. That is 5 straight points for Nawar in the last 2 possessions for Tunisia. Mali approaching 40, Tunisia approaching 30. It is a 9-point lead. Handoff, Doumbia. Koulibaly gets bailed off on the extra pass. Diarra, long two. Rafafi brings it up the forecourt with a nice feed underneath. It is the Nawar show. Nawar, no problem. He now has a total of 7 off the bench. And that is the difference with 3:47 to play. Crossover dribble by Doumbia, a little too much dribbling. Rafafi pulls up, got it. It is a 9-0 run, a 9-2 run rather, as Tunisia is now down by 5. Mali with the timeout as they sense trouble. Tunisia being led by Nawar and Rafrafi. Between those two players, they have 20 of Tunisia's 33 points. The team in red did not waste any time making a statement deep in the second quarter after being outscored 11-2. In the early stages of the second quarter, they have bounced back and went on a 9-2 run themselves. And the defense is applied heavily. Ball remains with Mali. We are in the second quarter. Mali leads 38-33 against Tunisia in the U16 AfroBasket quarterfinal. The largest lead belongs to Mali, who has 12, and that has been reduced by more than half of that. They try to increase it with the 3. That goes off the heel. Rafrafi on the rebound. Adam Rafrafi started with the scoring. Started out with 6 quick points. He has a total of 11 points, 2 assists, and 3 rebounds. Fake out from Mansour as he is checked with exactly 3 to play in the half. Bakary Ballo on the foul. And that goes to nobody. And it's going to go back to Tunisia. They're going to say it's a backcourt violation. It appeared that Mali was in the fray. They must have touched it as there was a loose ball, which forced it. And there was one player in the backcourt for Mali that touched it when the ball went to the other side. And perhaps that's what the officials are conferring right now. So currently, the call stands as a backward violation on Mali off of the loose ball. And they have reversed the decision. It will go back to Mali mid-court. Defensively, the defensive rebounds are at an advantage for Tunisia, 12-9, along with the total rebounds, 17-15. They have 4 steals, but Mali has 6 of them. There's been a total of 15 turnovers in this game. Tunisia responsible for 10 of them. Bounce pass thwarted, and here's Ayachi on the breakaway. Pulls it back for a full reset. Hamza Nawar, he has 7 points in this quarter alone. And now Sior, back to Nawar. Now could be his time. Feeds it to the other 1-2 punch, Rafrafi. And Nawar hits the floor, and it will be ruled a kickball. There have been a total of 5 lead changes into this game, but Mali has stayed ahead in this game since the final minute of the first quarter. They've gone on a 10-0 run at one point. Ahmed Keita locating Sima. Now it's in the hands of Maiga, who battles through everybody and misses the layup. Rafrafi taking all 3 defenders himself and went a little too high off the glass. Here's the move and the Euro step from Koulibaly, a little too much as we're close to the final 2 minutes of the first half. Both teams using most of their energy breaking out of the other end of the floor. They have not had a lot of lift on their shots. Seen the finger roll fall flat. It looked like a frozen rope. Then the other shot from Rafrafi went a little too high off the glass, but Louis Mansour makes a rainbow of a shot to cut the Mali lead to 2. Both teams with only 1 foul. They have been very well in terms of that, and driving right in, Bakary Ballo. Outstretching both of his hands to get the deuce. Chamsidine having trouble, finds Nawar, goes for the Euro step, takes Koulibaly to the hole, and then the finger roll goes in and out. 2-possession game. Koulibaly in the lane, and will shoot 2. Koulibaly's 2 free throws on the way. He's only hit a field goal and 1 free throw. He is 1 for 3 at the line. Total of 3 points in the meantime. It's his 4th point. Slow start for Koulibaly, considering he averages 15 points and nearly 8 rebounds a game. Nothing on the boards just yet. And they give it away. Koulibaly makes them pay. He gets 3 quick points out of that. Even though he went 1 for 2, he was able to secure the loose ball off the miss. Tunisia playing catch-up. Shot no good for Mansour. Maiga gets the bounce pass. Now it's deferred to Keita. Nice ball movement around the perimeter. Far side, now it's out to Koulibaly. Koulibaly just past Keita. Keita the teardrop, no. It's ahead to Badreddine. Not the good decision. Koulibaly swings it underneath. And Mohamed Keita finishes the play. And another Tunisia turnover. They are so close to cutting away into this lead, but an unnecessary turnover may cost them. And now Mali in the driver's seat to possibly go up by 10 with the final 13 seconds in the second quarter. Shot clock turned off for the final 7 seconds. Mustafa Doumbia has been on a tear lately. That doesn't continue. Shot on the way, no good. There is a foul before the 000s. So we'll have a couple of free throws. With the time expiring. It will be in the hands of Mamadou Diarra to close out the half, who currently has 5 boards, 4 rebounds. And in the plus minuses, he's a plus 13. Efficiency rate 6. Leading scorer for Mali, Mohamed Keita, taking care of business inside with 12 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists. Tunisia being led still by Adam Rafrafi with 11 points. As a unit, Tunisia shooting 50%, Mali close to 49. It's been a pretty good first half, to say the least. We'll break down the stats in just a moment, but first, Mamadou Diarra's first free throw is a no-go. They added a 1/10 of a second back on the clock. Did he miss it on purpose? He misses it, but it doesn't appear to be on purpose. The ball ricochets all around the rim, but nothing comes from that. Looking at the team stats, it is an advantage for Mali in rebounds, 20-19. Offensive rebounds, 8-5 Mali. Defensive boards, 14-12 Tunisia. 13 turnovers for Tunisia compared to Mali's 7. But it's Tunisia capitalizing on the points from the bench, 14-7. Mali currently has the lead. They led by as much as 12. They take a 9-point lead into the break in this quarterfinal matchup. Stay with us. We'll be back in about 14 minutes for the second half. As you look at the Tunisian players from the women's AfroBasket, this is Aaron Sanders reporting for the 2025 FIBA U16 AfroBasket. Second half is 13 minutes away. Welcome back. This is Aaron Sanders. This is the quarterfinal matchup between Tunisia and Mali and the FIBA U16 AfroBasket from Rwanda. This is the third quarterfinal game. The fourth and final one is coming up very shortly. After this one, it will be Rwanda, who ended up third in group play with a 1-2 record against another undefeated team in the Ivory Coast. Now, these two have played in group play before the brackets were all filled out. And from the looks of it, it looks like Rwanda is looking for revenge on the Ivory Coast as they try to topple them and punch their ticket to the Final Four. Mali leads 45-36. One of these teams will be one step closer to the U16 AfroBasket final, which will take place on Sunday. And Tunisia starts the third quarter with the ball. Here is Razlan Sadi, who only has a field goal, sends it out to Bogiera on the right side. Sadi, with the shot clock winding down, Yusuf Khalil with 4 points, sends it to Bogiera. So Khalil applying the 1-2 punch in the front court, and that leads into a steal. Sadi on the breakaway, goes right side, puts it up, no good. That is a pass for the ages as Sima gets it from Bakary Ballo. Adama Sima with eyes in the back of his head after the errant pass from Tunisia. Those broken plays will do that to you every now and then. Sadi tries to go baseline right and is called for traveling. Tunisia being led by Adam Rafrafi. He is in double digits with a total of 11. Mali led by the 2-punch of Kita and Ballo, a total of 20 points apiece. And off of that play, they make it 49-38. That was Idrissa Maiga from Koulibaly. Sadi, baseline right, this time not called for the travel. Stays with Tunisia with 8:33 to go. And remember, this game started out with 2 straight threes from Adem Rafrafi. It was a 6-0 run, and then Mali turned things around afterwards. They took the lead in the final minute of play in the first quarter and have kept it ever since. There was a time where it was an 11-2 run from Mali to start the second quarter that was turned over by Tunisia. At the end of the half, Mali outscored Tunisia 20-14 in the second quarter. Here's the floater that doesn't go, pulled down by Khalil. Khalil, tough shot and tough take to the glass. And he will have a pair of free throws. Yusuf Khalil at the foul line. Doesn't get the first one to go. Khalil currently 2 for 2 field goal wise. Total of 4 points, 4 rebounds. Has an efficiency level of 8. As he splits the pair of free throws, it is a 10-point Mali lead with 8:15 to go in the third. Backdoor cut and pass intended for Maiga as that sails out of bounds. Tunisia shooting 48% overall. Mali shooting 51.2. It's been more action in the front court than it has been outside for Mali. Maiga fires a 3 and misses. Rafrafi slowing it down for Tunisia. Fake out on the 3. Rock goes to Khalil. Corner 3 on the way, in and out. A rebound pulled down by Khalil. Second chance, got it. Another chance for Khalil at the foul line. And this time it will be for a 3-point play. With Khalil going to the foul line, Tunisia's been shooting 40% throughout the game. Mali just up top with 41.6. Will the free throws become a factor down the stretch? We will find out. Remember, Tunisia, they started out group play with 2 straight wins before falling to Cameroon back on the 8th, 60-44. Mali undefeated in group play heading into the brackets. And Koulibaly takes a tumble. And he appears to be all right. Good sportsmanship from Yusuf Khalil. Bakary Ballo, very active in this game today, considering he is the leading scorer for Mali throughout the first 3 games prior to the quarterfinals at 20.3 points a contest. Inside Diarra, they flip it over. Maiga to Ballo, a 3, no. Tip in, put down. It is put down by Adama Sima. It's now 51-42. Rafrafi doesn't get his first 3 in the 3rd. He stays at 11, and the top scorer, Koulibaly, with the go-ahead pass. Ballo, nice pick from Diarra. Sima from the elbow, puts it there. Things are coming together for Mali as they lead by 11. Again, not a lot of shots from outside for the team in white. Yusuf Khalil makes them pay and cuts the lead to 9. Yusuf Khalil scored most of the points in the 3rd quarter for Tunisia. Their fortune is about to turn. Razlan Saidi, too hard off the glass. Ballo saves the ball, goes over the shoulder, loses control, and it's retained with Koulibaly having the ball up top. 4 minutes have gone by in the 3rd. Shot clock reads 7. Ballo wide open for 3. Put her there. Bakary Ballo balling with the un, 2, 3. Ballo now with 11. He is one of the 3 players in double-digit figures for Mali. Keita with 12, Sima leading the way with 13, and Ballo is now 3 of 4 from outside. Nogueira called for traveling on the other end of the floor. Loose ball picked up, wide open 3, no good. Rather, that was contested, I should say. Rafrafi, 94 feet of the floor, and he blows the layup. Jamsetting having trouble with the ball, snatched away. And Tunisia gets it back thanks to Rafrafi. Oh, he got some ankles, and he doesn't put it down. He almost made some pretzels and got the deuce for his troubles, but nothing there. That would have been the play of the day. And now it's Ballo. He was feeling very confident. And considering he has hit 3 triples so far, nobody could blame him on that. But maybe a little bit too early to hit those long shots. Nice fake out, 1 dribble shot, air ball. Air ball contained by Sima. Tempo is definitely slowed down. Half-court offense. Changes to a 2-3 zone. Doesn't matter anyway. The corner 3 goes off the mark, pulled down by Bogueira. Bogueira immediately flings it to Rafrafi, who takes charge, spins all the way and misses. 2 straight misses from Rafrafi. And it's interesting to see him making most of his shots from outside, but now he's missing them as he goes to the rack. Down to 4 minutes in the third. Diarra having trouble with the ball down to the foul line. Fake out and drive from Ballo. Kicks it out to Coulibaly. 3-ball, nothing there. Sima saves it. Ballo misses. And here comes Shamsuddin. 3 goes off the side of the glass. Rafrafi picks it up, misses the J as well. And it's Diarra with yet another rebound. Tunisia's forcing some shots in the deep stages of the third quarter. They are behind by 12 to this red-hot Mali team. Took first place in Group C play and automatically qualified for the quarterfinal. Maiga, 3-ball, too strong. And another offensive board, this time from Ballo. Ballo, board and bucket. Things are getting a little bit wild in the third quarter, but it's Mali who has the lead, and they are outscoring Tunisia 13-8. Shot no good. Rafrafi, near side, goes for the runaway 3. That hits. So he breaks his scoring spell in which he has had 2 straight missed layups. And now Mali will talk it over, and it's a good idea they do too. All that running with the short roster of 7 people will get to you real quick. They're down to 2:18 to go in the third quarter. Mali has the lead and will have the ball after the timeout. Tunisia gaining a little life after that Adam Rafrafi 3. He now has a total of 14 as they look to chip away at this lead. Mali smothered by a lot of red shirts. Shot clock reads 7. 3 from Maiga. That is good. Got it right in the face of Mohamed Ayachi. (60-47), that is the score. 1:46 remaining. And a turnover. Here is Doumbia all the way. He misses, pulled down by Diarra as he hits the floor. They're going to give Maiga the long 2 instead. Nonetheless, it is a 13-point lead. Tunisia picks up their second team foul in third. And that is on Bulgaria. First free throw off the mark. Bulgaria picked up his first personal foul. Ayachi is in foul trouble with 3. And the free throw makes it 61-47, 90 seconds to play in the third. Bulgaria was wide open, but instead it goes into the hands of Ayachi, who misses the floater alert. Bullet pass underneath to Maiga. Maiga with 4 quick points in the last 2 possessions for Mali. Koulibaly on the assist. Rafrafi, the leading scorer. Pump fake. And it looked like they were looking for the foul off of the three. Play on. Mansour misses it. Fights hard for the ball and will have to earn those 2 points the old-fashioned way. Amasima now goes to the right elbow. In the meantime, it is Louis Mansour at the foul line. Mamadou Diarra with the foul. First free throw doesn't go. Mansour with 3 points, but he's been taking care of business on the boards. He has 7. He misses the second free throw. Mali out of bounds to give the rest of the quarter. Tunisia down to 2. 63-47. Ball nearly taken away, and it will go to Tunisia. Tunisia, at the time, they were shooting to 50%. That has decreased to 38%. They have a total of 31 rebounds, 19 of them from the defensive glass. They are being out-rebounded by Mali by 4. They have a total of 35. 23 seconds in the third. Rafrafi wide open. And Diarra gets the board and throws it away. 3-on-1 for Tunisia. It is Mansour trying to glide into the lane. Doesn't do it. Down to 3 on the clock. Doumbia, a little too much dribbling on the fast break. And that ends a hectic third quarter, in which Mali outscored Tunisia 18-11. They lead 63-47. 10 more minutes of action to go here in this quarterfinal matchup. You're watching the FIBA U16 AfroBasket. Strap yourself in for what's going to be an intense fourth quarter. Mali leads Tunisia 63-47. There are a total of 29 points scored in the third, 18 of them coming from Mali, who have not given up their lead since the final minute of the first quarter. Aaron Sanders on the call, and this has been a good quarterfinal matchup to say the least. The fourth and final one is coming up in about an hour and 14 minutes. Rwanda taking on the undefeated Ivory Coast. a rematch of a group game from earlier in the tournament in which Rwanda lost 72-47. And I will have the call for that, so be sure you stick around and click on that link on the FIBA YouTube channel once we get that one underway. Saidi in trouble, bailed out by Bulgaria, who's having a lot of fits lately. Kita feeds it to Ballo. Ballo contested. He wanted the foul but will not get it. It's a little bit of an aggression foul on Mali's side. Foul committed by Diarra. Saidi back to Rafrafi. Going to need a lot of production from him in the fourth quarter, and that results into a turnover. Kita met by Rafrafi, who holds his own. How will Mali slow Tunisia down defensively? They have been clicking like gangbusters as Doumbia misses the shot, and Tunisia gets another chance at it. The efficiency levels are as follows. Mohamed Kita at 20, Yusuf Khalil at 15. Played more than a minute in the fourth quarter. The trip to the semis is on the line as Mansour fans on the three. There's been a lot of back and forth going on between these two teams when it comes to the fast break and speed. And the traveling adds on to what was a hectic third quarter. Both teams looking for the quickest basket possible. Sometimes the speed prevails than just the tempo. Rafrafi from outside misses. Speed usually outplays the end goal in every possession, whether it be a basket or a block on one side or the other. In and out dribble from Doumbia. Well, Bali trying to swing it through, and that leads to another turnover. The numbers in turnovers, there is now a total of 35 in the game. Tunisia responsible for 19 of them. And out of those 19 turnovers, Mali has capitalized with 19 points of their own. Nice backdoor feed underneath. Mansour is met at the basket. Micah up and in. He goes wide on the left side. And that breaks the scoring drought for both teams. It is 65-47. We played 2 and 30 in the fourth. Rafrafi. That is the widest look that any team will have today. And it's the 20th turnover. And Kita met at the rim. Great heads-up play by the Tunisian defense. And it was Mohamed Shamsetting at the rim on the block. We have an injury timeout. And the medical staff immediately goes to the floor. And as they take care of this injury, we will take a step aside. It's been a wild and hectic second half, but when you see injuries like that, game obviously takes a back seat. And we all hope for the best. You never want to see injuries like that. There's Adama Sima, who went on the floor with what appears to be a lower body injury, and Koulibaly will check in his place. Hamza Nawar checks in for Champ Sedin, and that may be a very good decision on the part of Tunisia, because Nawar at one time scored 7 points in the third quarter, and if he could heat up the way he did in the third, it could bring Tunisia back in the ball game. Remember, it was Rafrafi who had 11 points at the end of the first half, but has been limited to an additional 3 since the second half began. Saidi from the corner, off the side. The three-point woes continue for Tunisia as we play 3 minutes in the fourth. Drive, dribble, shot, good. The confidence is really glowing for Tunisia. Hamza Nawar off the floor and on the board in the fourth. Kita immediately defers it to Doumbia. Doumbia trying to feed it to Maiga. He lost control of it, but picked up by Kita. Maiga, second chance, flings it away, air ball. And it will be Tunisia ball off of the shot clock violation. Mali 3, Tunisia 2 in the fourth quarter. Strong screen from Nogueira. Nawar plays it to Rafrafi. He looks at the clock. It reads 8. Saidi dribbles, skips it over to Boguera, who finds Nawar underneath. And exactly like was mentioned a minute ago, if you get Noyar up and running, you're going to have a good game and a good quarter. It is 66-51. Still plenty of room and time left. Foul is called. And this is a time where Tunisia have to capitalize on their roster. They have 12 players compared to Mali's 7. They'll make that 6 now, with Adama Sima being tended to at the bench and the injury early on in the fourth. Mustafa Doumbia off to the line. Here comes the first. That is no good. Doumbia, 5 points, 6 assists today in 23 minutes of action. He misses both free throws. We have a whistle after the rebound. And that leads to a foul on the side of Mali. It is on Diarra. There's a 3 from Rafrafi, trying to heat up after an ice-cold third quarter. He asks for the ball and gets it back near the logo. Gets a screen from Boguera, doesn't do anything with it. Gets it back from Nawar. Nawar flings it away, no good. And Kita steps on the line. Another chance. Nawar feeds it to Rafrafi, corner 3. That one doesn't go either. That was Koulibaly on the rebound. 15-point game. Doumbia Retreating into the corner. They skip it outside of Koulibaly, and now Doumbia wide open. Met by Saidi. Gets the ball again and used too much time. It was a shot clock violation. It was the great closeout from Razlan Saidi at the corner to force the violation. Nawar and Rafrafi. Those are the dynamic duo right now. Nawar misses the three. And Kita throws it off the foot of Saidi. Mansour now in for Nawar. They were looking for someone to have the hot hand once they leave the bench. And Nawar was limited to 2 points. He had a couple of attempts, but it did not do any damage to the 15-point Mali lead. Nice sky in from Doumbia. He will head to the line. The Tunisian defense fell asleep a little bit off of that play as it started on the left side. The weak side defense definitely exposed. So we have 4 minutes to go in regulation. Coming up in an hour, it's the Ivory Coast, who remains undefeated, will take on Rwanda in a rematch of their Group A matchup they had earlier in group play, and that took place back on Tuesday. But this time, it's for a spot in the semifinals. Hope you're able to join us then. Alo and Mali trying to wrap things up. This has been a very cold fourth quarter for both of these teams. 2 on the timer, shot no good. Rafrafi blows by through everybody and misses. Picked up by Boguera, and that breaks the dry scoring spell for Tunisia. They have not scored in under the last 2 minutes until that shot. Well, they try to start something. Mansour, elbow, Boguera. 2 straight buckets for Boguera. And this time, he drills it from the left elbow. Timeout called by Mali. It is an 11-point lead with 3:14 to go. With 3:14 to go, Mali has the lead and have possession. It has been a slow fourth quarter. Maiga and Sima is checking in for Diarra and Kita. Remember, Sima went down early in the fourth quarter, which appeared to be a lower body injury, but it looks like he's all right. He's on the floor being met by Rafrafi off of the mismatch. They get the ball underneath the Balo, who skies in and draws the foul. Crucial moments for Mali as they've seen their lead disappear little by little. And they missed the first free throw. There's a time where this team led by as much as 19. Even though Tunisia did not put in a big chip into that lead, they're still hanging tough with strong defense and good ball movement. Now they have to find their way to get more baskets in as usual. Now are limited to 2 points in the fourth quarter. Nice banker three goes down. So that'll get things going as Razlan Sadi banks it in. Nice drive by Koulibaly. And that leads into a loose ball. Rafrafi not taking any chances. He tight ropes the sideline, goes all the way to the hoop, and loses control, but it was last touched by one of the Mali players. It's another timeout, this time to Tunisia. They'll have possession with 2:29 to go. They have reduced their deficit now to single digits. Only 15 points have been scored in this quarter, and 11 of them have come from Tunisia, who has possession out of their timeout. 2:29 to go. You see Razlan Sadi down to the bottom right corner of your screen. He is left open. They may go to him for a three. He comes up close to the center. It's still wide open, but it's Rafrafi who drains the triple right in the face. Tunisia breaking the 60-point mark, and just like that, it's a two-possession game. Doumbia having trouble, gets bailed out by Sima. Sima goes underneath, rejected by Rafrafi. And they come on the other end. Here's Razlan Sadi, who hit a nifty three from the corner that banked off the glass. Rafrafi trying to heat up, goes for another three. That's good. It is 67-64, and Rafrafi is catching heat. An outstanding performance from Rafrafi out of the timeout. He had 11 in the half, only had a field goal in the third, and he makes up for it with back-to-back buckets. Drive-by layup is good by Doumbia. And now Mali has to play some tough master lock defense to avoid an upset. Rafrafi another three. No. Not a lot of red shirts ready for that rebound. Nice skip pass underneath, that's good. So Mali responds back thanks to a nifty layup, and it all came from Ndiji Koulibaly. Tunisia started out with 6 quick points from Rafrafi, and now Doumbia and Koulibaly returns the favor. It is 71-64. Tunisia will respond after this timeout. total of 25 points have been scored in the fourth quarter. Tunisia responsible for 17 of them. Mali has 8. Tunisia hanging tough into this game with 75 seconds remaining. Here's Rafifi again. Another un de trois from Adam Rafifi. He is definitely making up for an ice-cold second half. Tunisia wanted a backcourt violation, will not get it. Sima with the rock. A 2-possession game, final minute of play in the fourth quarter. Ball poked around, taken away. Here comes Tunisia on the move. Is Razlan Saidi on the move and goes in for 2. It is back to a 1-possession game, and this is the second straight timeout, which we have seen Tunisia capitalize on that. We will keep it here. And I wasn't lying when I said we were going to be in for an intense fourth quarter, and lo and behold, we are. In these last 2 timeouts, Tunisia has outscored Mali 11-4. After the first timeout with 2:29 remaining, Rafi hit back-to-back triples. Doumbia and Koulibaly responded on behalf of Mali with 4 points, which led to a Tunisian timeout. And now it's Rafi who have scored 5 straight points on this previous trip. It is 71-69. Less than a minute to play. And quickly on the team stats, Tunisia shooting 40%, Mali 44. 3-point wise, it is Tunisia that has the advantage with 31%, and it's mainly because of the sharp shooting prowess that is Adam Rafi, who has a game high of 23 points on 7 3-balls. Hamza Nawar, he was red hot in the second quarter, but ice cold in the second half. He's also in double digits. Leading the way from Mali, Bakary Ballo with 14. Adama Sima, who checked out early in the fourth quarter with an apparent injury, came back into the game. He has a double-double with 13 points and 11 rebounds. Mohamed Keita with 12 and Idrissa Maiga with 11. Mali playing with 7 players again. And this is their closest game by far. The closest margin of victory in their group play was against Egypt to close out Group C play. That was a final of 67-62. The other 2 games, they opened up Group C against Liberia. They won that by 12, 69-57. They won against Morocco by 13, 67-54. And this game alone ties their highest point total in the U16 AfroBasket. Tunisia, or I should say 71. Mali has 71, which is the most they have scored in this tournament. Tunisia, on the other hand, with 69 points. That is the most they have scored in this tournament. Quick discussion with both coaches. And we advise you to buckle up your seatbelts. We're going to be in for a finish. It'll be Bakary Ballo that tossed the ball in. Tunisia out of fouls to give. They have to play carefully. And it's down to Doumbia. Doumbia gets it. Off balance, and he gets a tough shot to go. Mustafa Doumbia now coming up with his 9th point of the game. And what could be the biggest shot in this quarterfinal. Tunisia will have to talk it over. They will get the ball on the other side of the break. Tunisia down by 4. They have the ball with 41.2 to play. Rafifi gets the ball. He is the hottest shooter right now. Doesn't capitalize on the three. Loose ball on the floor. It appeared to be last touched by Tunisia, and it was last touched by Tunisia. It was Bogiera that was hitting the deck off of the loose ball, but it goes out of bounds. If Mali could get another shot in, they could possibly provide the dagger. They're up by 4. Ballo fakes on the pass and gives it up to Bogiera. Rafrafi immediately heads down to the other end. He bolts, skies, and gets fouled. Huge free throws coming up for Rafrafi, who has 23 points. And believe it or not, this is his very first trip at the foul line in this game. He shoots just under 60% in the 3 group games. First one on the way, good. That makes it 73-70. 13 and 6/10 seconds to go. Shot clock will be turned off on this next possession. And even if Tunisia gets the rebound off the miss, it will remain off. Rafrafi now with 24. Will he get 25? He doesn't off of that. Ball tipped around. And was it last touched by Kita? That is the question. And it was. What a stunning turn of events. So they could set up for either a tough take to the basket, try to go for an and one, or go for a 3 right away. Only a second off of the clock, and it will be Rafrafi to throw it in. And be careful of him because once he passes it, he will bolt. No, he doesn't. Ball stripped by Ballo, but it's taken back. It's up to Saidi. Saidi looking for somebody in the corner. Now it's Rafrafi. That is a 3. It goes in and out. Mali survives. Well, folks, you've just witnessed a classic in this year's FIBA U16 AfroBasket. Mali takes a 73-70 win over Tunisia, and they head to the semifinals. What a smart play from Rafrafi. Off of that loose ball, he immediately went to the right wing for the 3, and it was just on its way down the hatch, and instead it led to a heartbreaking finale for Tunisia. But you have to tip your cap to both of these teams. A sad end for Tunisia, but a beautiful finish from Mali. There is one player that appeared to have injured himself in the final play of the game, and hopefully he's all right. We'll look at the final stats. Adam Rafrafi with 24 points, 7 3-pointers. Louis Mansour had 10 rebounds. Hansa Nauwar, he had 13 points for the game. But the game belongs to Mali, and what an outstanding stop in the final stretch. It will be Mali and Cameroon in the semifinals, and Egypt will play the winner of Rwanda and the Ivory Coast, which is coming up in less than an hour. To wrap up the stats for Mali, their top scorer was Bakri Ballo with 14 points, a double-double performance for Adama Sima, who played injured in the 4th quarter. He had 13 points and 11 boards, 10 boards for Diarra. Mohamed Kita had 12, and Idrissa Maiga had 11. So that'll do it for this game. You'll have a look at some highlights before we get you ready for the game between Ivory Coast and Rwanda. That is coming up 12:30 Eastern Time And for those tuning in the local area, that will be at 4:30 p.m. or 16:30. The final again, and what is going to go down as one of the greatest games in U16 AfroBasket history. Mali 73, Tunisia 70. Tunisia will play in the classification game, and Mali advances to the semis. This is Aaron Sanders. We'll continue our coverage of the FIBA U16 AfroBasket in less than an hour. Stay tuned. You're watching the FIBA YouTube channel.
time to know if papers are there. They are there from the last game.